Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to use the StikBot Studio 2.0 app. So let's get started. So we're going to start with Create Movie. And as you can see, your camera will pop up and show you what's in front of you. And then you're going to take a look on the three labels on the right side. You're going to click the one that has a gear button. And then you're going to click the one that has the three lines. And you'll see a lot of options pop up on the bottom. You want to keep your auto white balance on. That helps to make sure that all the colors are correct. You have autofocus, which you want to make sure that's on too so that your videos and pictures don't turn out blurry. You also have your flash right here, so you can turn that on or off. And then you have ghost image and grid. I want to go ahead and click grid. And when you click grid, you can see that there are going to be different lines that pop up. And this is called the rule of thirds. So the rule of thirds is something very important. So to explain a little bit more about the rule of thirds, take a look at the lines right here. Okay, right now our object is in the center. And that's a pretty good spot to have the object. But if we move the object all the way over here, okay, that isn't as visually appealing. When you talk about the rule of thirds, you want to make sure that your object is usually touching the lines. So maybe we can have our object right here, and that can look a little bit better. And if your object is also in the intersections of where the lines are, that can make a big difference and look great on the screen too. So let's, for example, bring our object. Let's say we wanted to do a close-up. All right, as you can see, I brought my camera a little bit closer to my object, and I want to focus on my object's face. So I'm putting the intersection of the rule of thirds right here, right on the penguin's face, and that looks a lot better. And if I decided to bring the penguin over here instead, that wouldn't look as nice, right? So you just want to make sure that when you are filming, you want to have your object in the focus position, and that is what the rule of thirds is about. So as you can see, I have my object right here. I'm trying to make sure that my object's eyes are right here on the line. And that looks pretty good, right? But what if I move my object all the way down here? Now, you see how my object is all the way down here and the eyes are not quite in the rule of thirds? That doesn't really look appealing, right? You can't really tell what you're looking at. So you want to make sure that you follow the rule of thirds to have a good image for your film. So another great thing about the rule of thirds, or having this grid up, is whenever you're taking stop motion animation, you want to kind of also know where your penguin or your object is going to be walking or following. So let's say, for example, I decided to take a picture right here. Okay, and then the next picture, I want it to move closer to the middle. So as you can see, the rule of thirds can help me measure each frame and how far my object is moving in the frame. Okay, so let's go back to these three buttons right here, because I also want to talk to you about ghost image. So ghost image is also another neat tool that the StikBot app uses. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to take a picture of our object with the ghost frame on. Okay, so let's move our object to the right, take a picture. And as you can see, that's what the ghost frame is. The ghost frame shows you what picture you had right before your next picture. And that's going to help you with your stop animation as well. You see? So the StikBot app definitely has different tools you can use to help make the best video for your stop motion animation. Okay, so let's go back over here to the gearbox. And this time I want you to push the one that has a timer. So this has 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or 10 seconds. This is super helpful if you need to take multiple pictures with times in between. It's great especially if you are too far from the camera and you need to be close to your objects. So let's see how it works. Let's go ahead and click 3 seconds. Alright, and then we'll move it a little bit. We got 3 seconds. Okay, nice. Move it again, another 3 seconds. Alright, so as you can see, this is another great tool to use if you need a timer. Now that you've learned some tools on the StikBot app, watch our next StikBot tutorial.